For a while, it looked like running backs were fading into irrelevance, until 2024.
Barkley slips 2 tackles, picks up the first down, chipping up in the air to the 30.
Adding to it, there goes Barkley, into the clear, through the snow, all the way home. He's hit another home run.
Here's Henry, left side. Yep, it can change in a play. There he goes. McCollum, the only man that can catch him, and he does.
Jacobs, gaping hole for Jacobs, and a great spin move.
Here's Barkley, a little shovel, looking for an edge, gets it. Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, oh! Saquon, touchdown.
But here's the thing, the average running back peaks somewhere between the years of 25 and 28, so it's pretty clear if you want a difference maker, you have to draft one. But over the last 15 years, teams have swung big and have tended to miss. So in today's video, we're going to go over every first running back taken in the draft versus the best actual running back from that same class. Because sometimes being the first running back drafted is more of a curse than a crown.
Good evening, football fans. I take that as you're ready for a big night of primetime NFL draft.
CJ Spiller, drafted 9th overall, showed flashes of insane potential, including a breakout 2012 season with 1,244 rushing yards and a 6 yards per carry average. But injuries and inconsistency kept him from reaching his full potential. The best back from this class was Ryan Matthews, taken 12th overall by the Chargers. He had 2 1,000-yard seasons, made a Pro Bowl, and totaled 4,789 rushing yards and 31 touchdowns in 7 years. LeGarrette Blount was an also undrafted gem who also deserves a mention for his 58 touchdowns and 3 Super Bowl wins, but Matthews has the most consistent and impactful career.
Welcome to the 2011 NFL Draft. Let's get back to some football.
The first running back off the board in 2011 didn't come until pick 28 when the Saints took Mark Ingram, a Heisman winner with massive expectations. And while he never became a superstar, Ingram carved out a rock-solid career. 8,100 plus rushing yards, 3 Pro Bowls, and the title of all-time leading rusher in Saints history. But the best back from this class? That's DeMarco Murray. A 3rd-round steal by Dallas, Murray hit the peak in 2014 with an NFL best 1,845 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns, and Offensive Player of the Year honors. He made 3 Pro Bowls, was named First Team All-Pro, and totaled 7,100 plus rushing yards and 55 touchdowns in just 7 seasons. You could point to Ingram's longevity or mention guys like Shane Vereen and Stephen Ridley, but at his best, Murray was a dominant force in the engine for the Cowboys offense.
Welcome to prime time in the 2012 NFL Draft.
Now, the 2012 draft gave us one of the biggest what happened stories at running back, with Trent Richardson taken 3rd overall by the Browns. He had the build, the talent, and the hype coming out of Alabama. And while he did score 12 touchdowns as a rookie, the efficiency was just brutal. Richardson averaged just 3.3 yards per carry and was out of the league within 5 years. A total bust. Meanwhile, Alfred Morris, a 6th-round pick by Washington, quietly became the best back in the class. He burst onto the scene in 2012 with 1,613 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns, helping lead a playoff run with RG3. He added 2 more 1,000-yard seasons and finished with over 6,100 rushing yards, all without flash, just pure consistency. And sure, Doug Martin had the higher ceiling with 2 insane Pro Bowl seasons, and Lamar Miller was solid, but neither could outmatch Morris. Now, the first back in 2013 wasn't even taken in the first round.
And welcome everybody to the 2013 NFL Draft.
Giovanni Bernard was taken 37th overall to the Bengals. And while Bernard never became a true running back 1, Giovanni Bernard was a reliable and versatile weapon. He racked up over 6,600 scrimmage yards and 22 total touchdowns in 9 seasons, a solid career but not the star of this class. That honor goes to Le'Veon Bell. At his peak, Bell was unreal.
Pass, caught, Bell, touchdown.
Bell, 2 wiggles, make it 3.
From 2014 to 2017, he put up 3 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pro selections, and racked up 5,300 rushing yards and 2,600 receiving yards. In his 2014 season, he had 1,361 rushing yards, 854 receiving yards, and he made it look effortless. He finished his career with over 9,000 scrimmage yards and 51 touchdowns, easily the most dominant back in this class. And there definitely were some other solid names from this class as well. Eddie Lacy flashed early in his career and then fell off completely, and Latavius Murray became a steady power option, but Le'Veon Bell was on a whole different level.
The 2014 NFL Draft is officially open.
The first running back taken in 2014 was Bishop Sankey, picked 54th overall by the Tennessee Titans. However, he lasted just 2 seasons in the league. Meanwhile, Devonta Freeman, a 4th-round pick by Atlanta, became the true gem of this class. In 2015, he broke out with 1,056 rushing yards, 578 receiving yards, and 14 total touchdowns, earning his first Pro Bowl. The next year, he helped lead the Falcons to the Super Bowl with another 1,079 yards and 13 scores. Freeman made back-to-back Pro Bowls and at his peak was one of the league's most dangerous dual-threat backs.
The 2015 NFL Draft is officially open.
Todd Gurley was the first running back taken in 2015, 10th overall to the Rams, and he lived up to the hype. Despite coming off of a torn ACL, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year and never looked back. From 2017 to 2018, Gurley was unreal. Back-to-back All-Pro seasons, over 3,900 scrimmage yards, and 40 touchdowns, carrying the Rams to a Super Bowl appearance. Injuries did cut his career short, but with 79 total touchdowns, 2 Pro Bowls, and a dominant peak, Gurley was easily the best from this class. Melvin Gordon and David Johnson had strong runs too, but no one matched Gurley's talent.
It's time for the NFL Network's coverage of the NFL Draft.
In 2016, the Dallas Cowboys didn't wait around. They used the 4th overall pick on Ezekiel Elliott, making him the first running back off the board. He dominated from the start, leading the NFL in rushing as a rookie with 1,631 yards and 15 touchdowns. Elliott would go on to make 3 Pro Bowls and score over 70 touchdowns in his first 7 seasons, setting the standard for modern running backs. But for as good as he was, there was somebody better from this class: Derrick Henry. From 2018 to 2020, he piled over 5,000 rushing yards and 45 touchdowns, including a historic 2,027-yard season in 2020. Even now, at 31 years old, he still is one of the most dominant backs and scariest backs to play in the league.
Good evening and welcome to the NFL Draft.
In 2017, the Jaguars took Leonard Fournette 4th overall, and he made an immediate impact, rushing for 1,040 yards and 9 touchdowns as a rookie. He helped the Jags reach the AFC Championship and played a key role in Tampa Bay's 2020 Super Bowl win as playoff Lenny. But the best back from this class is Christian McCaffrey, no question. In 2019, he became just the 3rd player in NFL history with 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving yards in a season. I mean, despite injuries, he still has looked elite with the 49ers. But what makes this class so special is that it wasn't just Fournette and CMC who were talented. In fact, this entire running back class was just loaded. You had Alvin Kamara, Offensive Rookie of the Year with 6 Pro Bowls, Dalvin Cook, 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, Joe Mixon, Kareem Hunt, James Conner all made Pro Bowls or led their teams in rushings for years.
Looking for the equalizer. Connor pounds it in for Pittsburgh.
Hunt picking his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Same play.
And a touchdown for Joe Mixon, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day.
Like, the caliber of this running back class is just unheard of.
Welcome, football fans, to the 2018 NFL Draft.
In 2018, though, Saquon Barkley was the star of the class, selected 2nd overall by the Giants. He lit up his rookie season with 1,307 rushing yards, 721 receiving yards, and 15 touchdowns, earning Offensive Rookie of the Year and joining elite company with over 2,000 scrimmage yards. Though injuries slowed him in 2020 and 2021, he bounced back in 2022 with another 1,300-yard season, leading the Giants to their first playoff win in over a decade. But in 2024, after the Giants refused to pay him, Saquon took his game to Philly, and there he took things to the next level.
Takes Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down, jumping up in the air to the 30.
Saquon Barkley, first down. Saquon, touchdown.
Ultimately, he won a Super Bowl and then got an absolute major payday with a contract extension.
Welcome to Music City, home of the 2019 NFL Draft.
The Raiders took Josh Jacobs 24th overall in 2019, and he quickly became the heart of their offense, rushing for over 1,100 yards in his first 2 seasons. But 2022 was his breakout year, leading the NFL with 1,653 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns, earning first-team All-Pro honors. Like the Giants with Saquon, the Raiders refused to pay him, so Jacobs joined Green Bay, a team ready to compete for a Super Bowl. But while Jacobs has been the class's most consistent back, Miles Sanders and Tony Pollard also made their marks and are worth a consideration here.
It's now my honor to announce that the first ever virtual NFL draft is officially open.
In 2020 though, and fresh off of a Super Bowl win, the Chiefs selected Clyde Edwards-Helaire 32nd overall, hoping to add even more firepower. He had a rock-solid rookie season with 803 rushing yards, but injuries and inconsistency led to a diminished role as other backs like Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco eventually took over. Meanwhile, Jonathan Taylor, drafted by the Colts in the 2nd round, broke out in 2021, leading the NFL with 1,811 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns. When healthy, Taylor is a dominant force, but like Edwards-Helaire, injuries remain a major concern for him.
The 2021 NFL Draft is now officially open.
In 2021, the Steelers took Najee Harris 24th overall, and he quickly became their workhorse. As a rookie, he led the NFL in touches with 381, racking up 1,200 rushing yards, 74 catches, and 10 total touchdowns. Though not always flashy or supported by the best line, Harris has been reliable, becoming the first Steelers running back to rush for 1,000 yards in each of his first 3 seasons. He stands out as the clear best in a fairly mid-class, with Travis Etienne and Javonte Williams offering a little competition. The 2022 draft didn't have a single running back in the first round though, but in the early 2nd, the Jets made their move, grabbing Breece Hall with the 36th overall pick. And truthfully, he looked like a future superstar right away. Hall had over 680 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns through just 7 games, then tragedy struck. Hall tore his ACL, and while he eventually returned, he's just never been the same, even losing the starting role to Braylon Allen. So when it comes to steady progression and all-around production, James Cook has the edge. He was drafted by the Bills, had a breakout 2023, rushing for 1,122 yards, catching 44 passes, and averaging a league-high 5.1 yards per carry. And now, Cook has quietly become a key player for a Super Bowl contending Bills team.
Welcome to NFL Network's coverage of the 2023 NFL Draft presented by Verizon.
2023 had Bijan Robinson drafted 8th overall and was billed as a generational talent and flashed his skills with 976 rushing yards, 487 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns in his rookie year, despite sharing touches in Atlanta's crowded backfield. However, it was Jahmyr Gibbs who was selected 12th overall by the Lions, who had a stronger impact. He rushed for 945 yards, caught 52 passes, and scored 11 touchdowns. His explosive playmaking ability made him a major threat in Detroit's offense and in their dual-headed backfield. Both have superstar potential and could be running the league in a few years.
Welcome to the NFL Draft in Detroit.
The 2024 class is a little bit more confusing, as it really didn't have a clear-cut superstar running back, but the Carolina Panthers believed in Jonathan Brooks, selecting him 46th overall in the 2nd round. Unfortunately, Brooks managed only to appear in 3 games before re-tearing his ACL. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers found a gem in the 4th round, picking Bucky Irving at 125th overall. Irving exceeded expectations, playing all 17 games and rushing for 1,122 yards on 207 carries, averaging 5.4 yards per carry and scoring 8 touchdowns. Of course, we have only seen these guys for a couple of years, and the best from this class could easily change a couple years down the road.
The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open.
Now, in the 2025 NFL Draft, though, the Heisman runner-up Aston Genty went to the 6th overall Raiders, and obviously we have no idea who will be the best running back from this class yet, but there are a ton of guys it could be. This class was absolutely loaded at running back, but with how talented Genty is, I truly do believe that he will go down as the best back from this class. But that's the thing, being the first running back taken isn't always a guarantee. For every Todd Gurley or Saquon Barkley there's a Bishop Sankey or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And sometimes the best running backs are late round steals like 6th rounder, 2-time Pro Bowler Alfred Morris, or 5th rounder like Aaron Jones.